Today we're going to be learning how to work mosaic crochet 2 different ways in this stunning carbon copy shawl. A few weeks ago, we introduced the knit version of this shawl by Patricia Leefeld. It was called Moissanite. You can go grab that one. And I hinted around that we were going to have a matching crochet version, and it is so beautiful. When designing this shawl, Patricia was inspired by the glimmer of the Ephemeral Fingering yarn, and it really reminded her of the glow of diamonds. So as you move through all the different stitch patterns of this shawl, you're going to notice a recurring diamond motif. The design starts with some simple double crochets here on the end, and then you move into this beautiful mosaic band. Next, you have this really lovely fillet crochet, which is a super fun technique we'll have to talk more about in the future. Then for the center panel, you move into more stunning mosaic crochet. And the really neat thing about this shawl is when you reach the center, the design is mirrored. So you get this beautiful effect where you walk back through all of the stitch patterns. I think it's really neat to see how the mosaic stitching looks different just by switching the color placement. And I have to say, I feel that mosaic crochet is a great skill to learn because more and more designers are coming out with patterns that use this technique. And I want to point out, I'm actually going to be showing you 2 different ways to work this mosaic stitching today. For this version, you can see it looks a little different on the front versus the back. But for this version, it's essentially reversible. So it looks pretty much the same on the front versus the back. So I'm going to show you how to do both methods so that you can choose the one that you love the most for your project. And to give you even more options, you can see how this pattern looks in 4 colors versus 2 colors. If you're working with 4 colors, you just want to make sure that they coordinate and contrast. And if you're working with 2 colors, just choose 2 contrasting shades that you love. Carbon copy was crocheted in our sumptuous and limited edition ephemeral fingering yarn. It's made with supremely delicious Peruvian Pima Cotton. So it's a soft, plant-based, hypoallergenic yarn, amazing even for sensitive skin. It also includes a shimmering strand of Lyocell, which adds a little pop of glow and a fun wavy texture to the yarn. And just for fun today, I'm going to be giving away 10 skeins of our Finley Ephemeral Fingering yarn. So if you would love to enter, just make sure you're subscribed to our YouTube channel and comment below letting me know if you have ever worked mosaic crochet before. And as always, head over to expressionfiberarts.com to download the pattern and get the yarn. And of course, sign up for email updates and for text updates for weekly free knit and crochet patterns. Let's learn how to work mosaic crochet. First, here's how you work the one-sided mosaic crochet. This is a great method if you want more of a 3D effect. The stitches come off your piece just a little bit, giving it a bit more texture. So you can see the front here on this version and the back. When reading this mosaic chart, you're going to read it from the bottom up and from the right to the left. And it's important to note that each row indicates 2 rows of stitches. I'm going to be starting with row 6, and I'm only going to be working the part inside this red repeat. To start row 6, I'm going to begin with a chain 1, and you see 2 white squares. So each one of those symbolizes a single crochet. So we'll go ahead and work 1 single crochet, and then in the next stitch, you'll work a single crochet as well. Now we've got 2 purple squares. So when we're working these rows, and you see those 2 purple squares, you're going to skip that number of stitches. So we're going to skip 2, but we're actually going to chain 1 more stitch than that, which is 3, because chains take up less space than stitches. So there's 2 purple squares, so we're going to chain 3. We're going to skip 2 stitches, and the next is 1 white box. So we're going to go ahead and single crochet into the next stitch. Now we have another purple box, so we're going to skip 1 stitch, but we're going to chain 1 more than that, so we're going to chain 2. Skip 1, and then we're going to single crochet into the next stitch, which is what that white box symbolizes. Then we've got 2 purple squares. So again, you're going to skip 2, but we're going to chain 1 more than that. So we're going to chain 3, skip 2, and then there's 3 white boxes left for our repeat. So we're going to go ahead and single crochet 3. 1, 2, and 3. Since each row on the chart represents 2 rows of stitches, for this next row, we're just going to repeat the same stitches we worked in this row. So I'm going to go ahead and start with a chain 1. And if you look at what you've got, we have 3 single crochets, So you'll work a single crochet into each of those. 1, 2, 3. Next up we worked a chain 3, so we'll chain 3. Then we have a single crochet. Go ahead and single crochet into that. Here's a chain 2, so you're going to repeat that with another chain 2. Single crochet, so single crochet into that. Chain 3, duplicate that with a chain 3. And then we have 2 single crochets. So go ahead and single crochet into each of those. And when you get to the end and you're ready to switch to your other color, you're going to start your final stitch but don't finish it. Go ahead and drop that color, pick up your other color, and finish that final stitch with your new color. We finished row 6. Now moving on to row 7, it looks like a row of just solid purple boxes. What you actually need to do in this row is look to the box color below, and that's going to indicate which stitch you actually need to work. If you see purple with a white box below, that means you need to single crochet that stitch. But if you see a purple with a purple box below, that means you need to work a mosaic double crochet. So you continue all the way across, just looking at the box below to indicate which stitch you actually need to work. For row 7, I've gone ahead and started with a chain 1, and we're going to begin with 2 single crochets since we see a white box below each of those purple boxes. Now the next 2 purple boxes have a purple box below them, which means we need to work a mosaic double crochet. So for this method, go ahead and yarn over, and we're going to grab these stitches here below our chains. You can kind of shove the chains to the back and work your double crochet into that first stitch. And then we need to work another one. So work a double crochet into that next stitch. And these are going to lay on top of those chains. Next, you're going to see a purple box with a white box beneath. That means we single crochet. Then you're going to see a purple box with a purple box below it. So we need to work 1 mosaic double crochet here. So just shove those chains to the back and work your double crochet into this single crochet below. Next is a purple box with a white box underneath, so you'll single crochet. Now we've got 2 purple boxes with 2 purple boxes beneath, so we work our 2 mosaic double crochets into these stitches. Shove your chains to the back, work a double crochet into that single crochet, and a double crochet into that next single crochet. And then you're just going to work a single crochet into each of these stitches. 1, 2, and 3. To work the second part of that row, I'm going to go ahead and chain 1. And we're just going to work a single crochet into each single crochet and a single crochet into each mosaic double crochet. So you'll just continue repeating that all the way across. You're just working a single crochet into each stitch. And remember, like I was showing you before, when you get to the final stitch, go ahead and start your final stitch, but don't finish it. Drop that color and then go ahead and pick up your next color and finish off that stitch with your other color. So for this technique, you can see the front, where you can easily see the mosaic double crochets, but then on the back it looks quite different. Now I'm going to show you how to work the next few rows of the chart, but with the reversible mosaic crochet technique. This is a great alternative if you want the back looking nearly identical to the front. Now for row 8 of the chart, I'm going to go ahead and start with the chain 1. And the first block is a white block, so we're going to go ahead and single crochet. Then we have 2 purple blocks. So we're going to chain 1 more than 2, which is 3. 1, 2, 3, and we're going to skip 2. Skip, skip. Next is a white block, so we single crochet into the next stitch. Then we have 1 purple block, so we're going to chain 1 more than that, which is 2. And then we skip 1, Next we have a white block, so we're going to single crochet. We have a purple block, so we're going to chain 2, which is one more than one, but we're just going to skip one. Next is a white block, so we single crochet into that white block. We have 2 purple blocks, so we chain one more than 2, which is 3. We skip 2, and then we have 2 white blocks, so we're going to work 2 single crochets. 1 and 2. We need to duplicate that row, so we're going to go ahead and start with a chain 1, and we're going to duplicate these stitches. So we have 2 single crochets, so we work a single crochet into each of those. Next we have a chain 3, 1, 2, 3. Jump on over to this single crochet and work a single crochet into that. We've got a chain 2, 1, 2, single crochet into the single crochet, chain 2, 1, 2, single crochet, chain 3, 1, 2, 3, and then single crochet into that final stitch, remembering to start your final stitch but don't finish it. Grab your other color and finish that stitch with your new color. For row 9 of the chart, it starts with a purple block, and we need to pay attention, remember, to the color of the block below, which is white in this case. So we start with a chain 1, and we're going to begin with a single crochet. Now we have 2 purple blocks that have purple blocks beneath them, which means we need to work mosaic double crochets. So for this technique, instead of shoving the chains to the back and working here, we're going to wrap all the way around. So go ahead and yarn over, insert your hook into that stitch down here, and we're going to wrap all the way around those chains and complete our double crochet. And we're going to do that again for the next stitch. Go ahead and double crochet into this next stitch, wrapping all around those chains, grabbing your yarn in the back, and completing your double crochet. So it should be looking more like this. Next we have a purple block with a white block beneath it, which means we need to single crochet. Then we have 2 purple blocks stacked on top of each other, so we're going to work our mosaic double crochet here. So we're going to go around these chains again. So work your double crochet into this stitch below the chains, capturing those chains in your double crochet. Next we're going to work a single crochet. We're going to repeat that again. Go ahead and work your mosaic double crochet, because it's 2 purples stacked on top of each other, into the stitch below your chains, capture your chains in your double crochet. We've got a purple block with a white block beneath it, so we single crochet next. Now we've got 2 purple blocks, each with a purple block beneath it on the chart. So again, we're going to double crochet into this stitch down here, capturing our chains. Another time into that next stitch, capture your chains, and then we'll finish off with 2 single crochets. 1 and 2. To work the next part of this row, we turn and chain 1, and we're going to single crochet into each single crochet, as well as into each mosaic double crochet. Very simple, soothing row. Just work a single crochet into each stitch all the way across. And you can already start to see here how it looks a little different on the back side now. And when you reach the final stitch, start your stitch, drop your color, and finish it with your new color. So for these rows down, I worked the one-sided technique. For this row, you can see how it looks a little different with that reversible technique. And then on the back, you can see it looks pretty much identical with this technique up here, but you can't see those double crochets on the back for this technique. And that's how easy it is to work mosaic crochet and read the charts. This is a new technique for you. I hope that you enjoyed learning something new today. Enjoy your stitching this week, my beautiful friend, and I will see you next week with another lovely pattern. Bye!